Hi, friends. Today, let us learn different figures of speech. What are figures of speech? Figures of speech are literary devices used in poetry to express meaning more effectively and also to make it musical and more beautiful and memorable. There are different figures of speech like simile, metaphor, personification, analogy, apostrophe, alliteration, onomatopoeia, metonymy, synecdoche, enjambment, transferred epithet, hyperbole, litotes, and anaphora. We are going to discuss all these figures of speech now. Simile. Simile is a kind of comparison used in poetry where the similarity between two things is expressed using the words like and as. Example, my love's like a red, red rose. Here, the narrator's love is compared to a rose. It is as fervent and passionate as the bright red color of the rose. Let us recollect some more immortal lines from the English poetry. I wandered lonely as a cloud, a host of golden daffodils, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. Here is another set of such beautiful lines. Am not I a fly like thee, or art not thou a man like me? In this poem, the comparison is between a fly and a man. A man's life is as uncertain as that of a fly. We are there one day, enjoying ourselves, not having much thought, and the next moment we disappear. This uncertainty of human life is brought out in this poem. Metaphor. Metaphor is an implied simile. Unlike in the case of a simile, the comparison between two things is expressed directly. Example, the trees are Indian princess, but soon they'll turn to ghosts. Here, the trees are directly compared to Indian princess without using any conjunctions. More examples. It is a star to every wandering bark. Love is compared to the North Star guiding sailors. Like the star, love gives people purpose and direction. Here's another metaphor. If thought is life and strength and breath, and the want of thought is death, then am I a happy fly if I live or if I die? In the lines, the poet draws a comparison between the life of a man and that of a fly. A fly is a metaphor for a man and his uncertain ephemeral life. Personification. Giving human qualities to an inanimate, non human thing or entity and describing it as though it were human is called personification. Example, this city now doth like a garment wear the beauty of the morning. Never did the sun more beautifully steep in his first splendor valley, rock, or hill. The river glideth at his own sweet will. In the above lines, the city is described as wearing the beauty of the morning, just as humans wear clothes. The sun and the river were addressed as his, as though they were men. Let us look at one more example. A drop fell on the apple tree, another on the roof, a half a dozen kissed the eaves and made the gables laugh. Alliteration. Alliteration is used to create a musical mnemonic effect. The same consonant sound is repeated in a line to give a musical effect to make it more rhythmic. Example, tiger, tiger burning bright. He clasps the crag with crooked hands. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before, double, double toil and trouble, the furrow followed free. Apostrophe. Apostrophe is the way in which a particular thing or a person is addressed in an admiring, reverent fashion. O Captain, my Captain! O earth, earth written! O wild west wind! O robin dear! Paradox. Two opposing ideas are juxtaposed to convey a deeper sense and meaning. Example: the child is the father of the man. The above line means that children teach adults to live a life of purity, innocence, and truth, to live simply without any hidden agendas, and thereby live joyfully and peacefully. So it is the adult who should learn from a child. More examples. Increasing store with loss and loss with store. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. Oxymoron. Two extremely opposing qualities which are seemingly absurd are attributed to a thing or person. Example: I am slain by a fair, cruel maid. How can a good, sweet person be cruel at the same time? Another famous example: we have given our hearts away, a sordid boon. How can a boon be morbid and cursed at the same time? Transferred epithet. Look at the following line. The ploughman homeward plods his weary way. The way is described as weary, but actually it is the ploughman who walks on the road who is weary. Such transferring of qualities and traits from one person or thing to another thing is called transferred epithet. Metonymy. It is a star to every wandering bark. In the above line, instead of simply calling it a ship, the poet calls it a bark. Bark means wood. This way of using a related thing instead of the actual thing itself is called metonymy. Heavy is the head that bears the crown. Here, the crown refers to kingship, authority. Synecdoche. The whole is used for a part and the part is used for a whole. Example: the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. Instead of saying a woman, the poet uses the hand. Analogy. Let's have a look at this short and sweet poem. I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where. For so swiftly it flew, the sight could not follow its flight. I breathed a song into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where. For who has sight so keen and strong that it can follow the flight of song? Long, long afterward in an oak, I found the arrow still unbroke. And the song, from beginning to end, I found again in the heart of a friend. An analogy is a comparison. In the poem, the poet draws a comparison between the arrow and a song. Just like an arrow shot into the sky and falls far away at a distance, a song sung will be passed on and reaches far and wide. Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a word which imitates the sounds produced in an environment. Words like tiptoe, tap tap, boom boom are all onomatopoeic. Look at the following phrases taken from a poem. The rustling of leaves under the feet in woods and under hedges. The wind halloos in the oak top like thunder. The whizzing of large birds overhead in a wood. The trample of robins and woodlarks on the brown leaves. The patter of squirrels on the green moss. the flirt of ground lark's wings from the stubbles. Enjambment. Look at the following poem. Like a small grey coffee pot sits the squirrel. He is not all he should be, kills by dozens trees and eats his red-brown cousins. The keeper, on the other hand, who shot him, is a Christian and loves his enemies, which shows the squirrel was not one of those. In the poem, the last line of each stanza ends in the first line of the next stanza. This is called enjambment. It is also present in Shelley's famous poem Ode to the West Wind. Hyperbole. Hyperbole is exaggerated description of a situation. It is an overstatement. And all earth is gay. Land and sea give themselves up to jollity. The heavens laugh with you in your jubilee. Litotes. It is the opposite of hyperbole. It is an understatement. It is written in the negative. A voice so thrilling never was heard. It means it is the most thrilling voice ever heard. Anaphora. It is a repetition of a certain word in a line or throughout the poem to give a poetic musical effect. Example, below the kirk, below the hill, below the lighthouse top. A little less hair, a little less chin, a lot less lungs and much less wind. But ain't I lucky I can still breathe in? So these examples are taken from some poems in English literature. They are timeless poems. They are A Red Red Rose by Robert Burns, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, or Daffodils by William Wordsworth, The Fly by William Blake, Sonnet 116 by William Shakespeare, Upon Westminster Bridge by William Wordsworth, The Grey Squirrel by Humbert Wolff, The Eagle by Alfred Lord Tennyson, Pleasant Sounds by John Clare, Summer Shower by Emily Dickinson, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Ode, Intimations of Immortality by William Wordsworth, Ode to the West Wind by P.B. Shelley, Solitary Reaper by William Wordsworth, On Aging by Maya Angelou, The Tiger by William Blake, The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, Come Away Death by William Shakespeare, Sonnet 64 by William Shakespeare, O Captain, My Captain by Walt Whitman, The Arrow and the Song by Walt Whitman, Elegy Written in a Country Churchyard by Thomas Gay, The World by William Wordsworth, Robin Redbreast by William Allingham, Hear the Voice by William Blake, The Rainbow by William Blake. Thank you very much, friends. Please subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Thank you.